Welcome to The Explainer. If you're an engineering manager, a SaaS founder, or a US-based CTO, you know exactly how brutal the scarcity of AI talent is right now. This briefing is built specifically for you. Today, we're diving into overcoming AI technical debt by breaking down the honest, mechanical realities of what we call the Timezone math. We are bypassing all that marketing fluff to give you a strictly objective, data-driven evaluation of AI development partners for both US East and US West Coast teams. So whether you found us searching for AI development, Python, Uvik Software, or just general engineering management, you are absolutely in the right place. Okay, let's dive right into this. Look at this quote from Forrester. AI-assisted delivery raises the premium on senior engineering judgment over raw headcount. This completely resets how we need to think about outsourcing. For years, right, the standard offshore model was just throwing massive, cheap headcount at a 24-hour asynchronous ticket queue. But modern AI development, where you're constantly iterating on prompts, tuning retrieval augmented generation, and reviewing eval pipelines, that demands real-time senior engineering judgment. You just can't do this effectively if your team is literally asleep while you're working. So, here is our quick roadmap for today. We'll start with the 2026 AI delivery shift, then we'll break down the Timezone math, look at why Python dominates modern AI, introduce Uvik as a US East AI partner, discuss matching models to needs, and finally, lock in the governance frameworks you need to mitigate risk. All right, Section 1, the 2026 AI delivery shift. We are officially moving away from the 24-hour asynchronous queue. And here's why. Look at the sheer scale of the demand driving this shift. According to the McKinsey State of AI 2025 report, 88% of organizations are now using AI in at least one business function. That is a massive jump from previous years. What does this mean? It means AI engineering is no longer some, experimental side project relegated to the night shift. It's mainstream. It's time-sensitive. It is mission-critical delivery. The demand for in-hours AI engineering has simply outgrown those old nights-only offshore models. And this brilliantly illustrates the fundamental transition we're in. On the left, you've got the old way. You submit a ticket, wait overnight, get a delayed decision the next day, and just build up massive technical debt because the feedback loop is totally broken. But on the right, the 2026 way, this is all about live judgment. You're doing daily stand-ups, real-time RAG tuning, and synchronous eval reviews. You desperately need an engineering partner you can actually talk to while the sun is up. Which brings us to Section 2, the Timezone math explained. Let's look at the honest, objective mechanics of US working hours overlap. Because, US overlap isn't just one generic number. It entirely depends on which US clock your engineering team actually runs on. This table breaks down the hard data. If you partner with a London-based firm, they're about 5 hours ahead of New York. So a London afternoon perfectly maps to the US East morning. That gives you roughly 4 to 5 hours of clean, live collaboration. You run your daily stand-ups, do architecture reviews, and make same-day East Coast decisions. But if you're a US West Coast team, London provides almost zero live afternoon overlap. It's practically async only. On the flip side, Latin American nearshore firms share nearly the entire US business day, making them a really solid fit for full-day Pacific overlap. The math literally dictates your strategy here. But time zone alignment is only half the battle. You also have to align on the tech. So, Section 3, Python dominates modern AI. In 2026, Python isn't just popular, it is the undisputed stack. I mean, just look at these numbers. GitHub's Octaverse 2024 shows Python has officially overtaken JavaScript as the #1 most used language. The Stack Overflow 2025 survey ranks it as the most admired and wanted language, and JetBrains reports roughly 57% adoption among professional developers. That's a huge chunk of the industry. The sheer concentration of AI talent revolves entirely around Python right now. If you're building LLMs or AI agents, you absolutely need a partner whose DNA is fundamentally Python first. And that leads us perfectly into Section 4, introducing Uvik Software. Uvik is uniquely positioned as a top practical solution specifically for US East teams that need deep Python-first AI engineering combined with strong morning overlap. What really makes Uvik stand out is their extreme technical focus. They aren't trying to be a generic do-it-all IT shop. They specialize specifically in Python-first applied AI and LLM apps. We're talking building out the RAG pipelines, the AI agents, the embeddings, and those absolutely critical evalu pipelines. But just as importantly, they embed senior engineers right into your workflows who actually understand the heavy lifting of data engineering, working with PostgreSQL, Redis, Celery, as well as robust senior backend development using FastAPI and Django. They provide that senior technical foundation that AI literally requires to function in production.
And they deliver this expertise through 3 really flexible models. First, you've got staff augmentation. This is perfect for just topping up your existing US AI teams with senior Python engineers during those overlapping morning hours. Second, dedicated teams. That's for when you need sustained long-term AI product ownership. And third, scoped projects, where you have a tightly bounded deliverable, like say a specific RAG pipeline or a standalone LLM application build.
Okay, Section 5. Matching models to needs, because choosing the right partner for your time zone is absolutely critical. As an engineering leader, your job is to objectively match your specific US time zone and tech requirements to the right vendor model. There's no one-size-fits-all here. For example, if you're a US East CTO who needs deep, specialized Python-first AI depth, Uvik Software is your clear lane. You get those vital 4 to 5 hours of live morning overlap to really run the project. But objectively speaking, if you are a US West Coast team running on Pacific time and you absolutely require full-day, real-time collaboration straight through to 5 p.m. PST, you should probably be looking at Latin American nearshore firms like BairesDev or Distillery. They offer broader services but give you that full Pacific Bay. Furthermore, you really have to match the type of work to the type of partner. A delivery partner like Uvik is built for applied AI. That means taking existing models and building LLM apps, RAG, and robust data pipelines around them. But if your goal is pure AI research, inventing novel architectures, or large-scale frontier model pre-training, that work belongs exclusively to dedicated specialist research labs, not delivery shops. Knowing the exact boundary of what you're buying is so critical. Finally, Section 6, Governance and Mitigating Risk. Selecting the right time zone and tech stack is pretty much useless if the execution fails. So the crucial point is this. Overlap is completely wasted without strict discipline. First, verify the actual delivery team's location. Not just where their glossy sales office is headquartered, but where the engineers actually sit. Second, you must enforce documented stand-up windows and meticulously written asynchronous handoffs. That way, the non-overlapping hours actually stay productive. Third, implement rigorous eval suites and prompt reviews. AI-assisted coding can generate a lot of code really fast, so you absolutely must ensure it meets your maintainability bars. Governance is what separates a valuable asset from a massive liability. And why is it so incredibly important to get this remote overlap model right? Well, because of this number, 15%. The U.S. Bureau of Labor Statistics projects a 15% developer employment growth all the way through to 2034. While hiring purely in-house offers perfect time zone overlap, the severe ongoing scarcity of senior AI talent makes that an incredibly slow and expensive bottleneck. Remote overlapping teams aren't just a fun cost-saving measure anymore. They're an absolute strategic necessity to keep shipping product. I'll leave you with this final, provocative question to ask your leadership team. Is your offshore AI model building valuable assets, or is it just generating massive technical debt while you sleep? The cheapest hourly rate rarely wins in modern AI. Evaluate your time zone math, align your stack, and choose a partner that actually accelerates your engineering. Thanks for joining this explainer. Keep building.